A tragic limousine crash involving some Madison area residents has News 3 asking how you can know limousine companies driving you, how you can know they're safe.
The State Patrol says there's been an increase in recent years of limo companies just flying under the radar. News 3's Jessica Arp investigates what you need to know before you book a limo ride.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thank you.
They're the rides we choose for some of the most important moments of our lives, the ones we remember forever.
These are a difficult scene.
But a tragedy on the highway near Chicago has led to these unforgettable images. A group of friends on their way to the airport and a limo driver who says he was blinded by the sun.
You've got, I guess chaos is kind of the best way to describe it.
2 Madison area passengers were seriously injured. Terry Schmidt of Monona was killed in the crash. The incident is giving pause to those who monitor and regulate the industry in Wisconsin.
When I did see the news footage of that crash, obviously my heart dropped.
Sergeant Mark Abrahamson runs the Motor Carrier Enforcement Investigation Unit for the State Patrol.
And then I had to ask myself, did I do everything we can? Did the state do all they can to try to educate the individuals and educate the carriers on safety?
Lyons Limousine, the company carrying the group from Madison to O'Hare, didn't have insurance or even an active corporate filing with the state. The driver, 20-year-old Aaron Nash, had a revoked license and a driving record that the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration says should have kept him off the road. So why was this company still offering rides? Because it was never reported or observed violating a law.
Had we had some intervention, and that's what I say, if we had intervention, whether it be a roadside inspection, a complaint, or other knowledge that this individual was operating in that manner, we definitely would have intervened.
Limo companies, or so-called passenger carriers, must meet a number of requirements. Operators need motor carrier authority to cross state lines, passenger carrier authority to drive within our borders. They're also required to carry a minimum amount of commercial insurance. All companies are given a D.O.T. number, which is searchable both online at Safer Web and on an app called Safer Bus. Results show whether a company is allowed to drive across state lines and whether it's had any safety or maintenance violations.
If they look at any unsafe driving, they had no serious violations in the last 12 months.
The site can be a resource to tell you a company's history, but the trouble is that it doesn't tell you whether a company can operate in Wisconsin. Take Abracadabra Limousine out of Albany. Its SUV limo took a group of Columbus students to the Capitol Square last year for prom, and it started on fire.
When we were in there, we were getting really hot.
After an investigation by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration, on Safer Web, the company is listed as out of service after some $30,000 of fines for safety violations. But Sergeant Abrahamson confirms the company still has authority to drive in-state.
In the state of Wisconsin, the company does have the minimum insurance requirements for our state, and they do have our intrastate operating authority called PC authority. So if they have those particular items, we allow them to continue to operate unless eventually they invents certain unsafe practices or unsafe operation.
How could you as a consumer confirm that? You can't. There's no database or place to search companies that are only allowed to drive within Wisconsin. Gallant Knight Limousine says in 20 years of operation, they've found consumers just don't ask many questions when booking their limo.
A lot of people say to me, I've never done this before, when they call. And I say, okay, well, we'll help you through it.
Owner Larry Epstein suggests running that DOT number on Safer Web, but also ask how long a company's been in business, how old their vehicles are, and ask to see their proof of insurance. So if I was in your car and I said, do you have insurance on this vehicle?
Yes, it
You could show me this.
Yeah, it says expires 11/5/16.
Mm-hmm. You can also ask who your driver will be and check their driving record. The State Patrol recommends checking reviews on Facebook or the Better Business Bureau. But you may be asking simply why you need to do all this work. The federal government requires compliance reviews, so why is the state not finding violators themselves?
The way that they come to our attention is through a complaint or an accident or roadside activity.
Until a few months ago, the DOT didn't have the authority to do proactive policing of passenger carriers. Wisconsin Act 135 was signed by the governor in February, giving the State Patrol more control over the regulation of in-state carriers.
And without that oversight, many of them felt that they didn't have to comply until somebody knocks on their door and requires them to comply. And that tool now is in place that we can now be proactive.
Until that effort ramps up, though, the best way to protect yourself and your family may just just be to do your research and ask questions to keep the day you hope to always remember from becoming a tragedy you'll never forget. In Madison, Jessica Arp, WISC News 3.
Well, we should mention News 3 spoke today to the owner of Abracadabra Limousine. He says he's taken steps to remedy his safety issues and is in the process of reapplying for Federal Motor Carrier Authority. Lions Limousine owners did not respond to our request for comment.
Now, Jess had a ton of information in there. If you want to check out a limo company or see, again, the things you can check, we have links in the story on channel3000.com and a minute recap on our Facebook page.